Little does he know that he is on.
Oh, I know.
You know.
I know that we on.
You know that you're on.
It's an actual fact that we on. But we really turned off right now. The whole thing about the reality is getting turned back on. And how people say we turned on, like mostly sexual things, like she turned me on, he turns me on, but that's just one aspect of yourself. That's one aspect of your reality that we're getting turned on by. You see, the whole reality is a perception of how you would think it, because all of us here is a whole, but seeing the whole at different perspectives. So my perspective, my reality could be totally different from what you think about things. So how do we turn ourselves on? And here where Arnold here is the main way is turn ourselves on, getting our bodies back in alignment with the creator or the guide force that we might talk about, which is ultimately ourself. Is how? Changing our diet, getting ourselves turned back on by that, giving ourselves more energy, giving ourselves a better, different perspective for the life. Because like we gotta change our perspective. If you can't change your perspective about the life that you live, then you're not gonna change anything. If you can't change our minds and really act upon our ultimate desires of what we really want in life, it can't change. Like that's what I always say. We gotta grab our own will, because if you're not driving your car, somebody else is going to drive your car. And if you got a car out there, I'm sure you're going to want to drive your own car, right? Like most people are, you can't drive my car. Only me going to drive my car because I'm liable for it. So you're liable for your life. You're liable for your car. You are liable for your body. Nobody else is in control of that unless you allow them to be, right? So what we doing here at Arnold's Way and at the Arnold's Way Foundation, Arnold's Way University, we're changing our perspective by what are we putting inside of our bodies? What are we putting inside of our vessels? If we can remain consistent at what we're doing here, things have to change. That's the only consistent in life is changing, right? So in order to change, we have to first change our minds, right? We gotta change our minds about what's happening here in the reality, like, and we gotta turn ourselves back on, because the way that we see ourselves right now, the way that I see myself as supreme. And the more that we can get others to see their self as the supreme being and master and controller of their reality, the sooner everything's gonna change. If we could get the other 90%, 98% of the world, that's what Arnold like to say, like if we can change that, there'll be no more crime, no more disease, no more famine, and we will take this whole reality to the next level, whatever that is. Like Arnold always say, I'm ready. We ready, but ready for what? What is the next step of the reality? What is our next step as human beings that we foresee? So it's a whole lot of things happening right now in the world, dealing with certain jabs, dealing with certain wars, dealing with the food, dealing with the cancer, dealing with just being at a dis-ease in general. This is something that we can change. If there's something, if there's anything that we can change, we could change our mind. We could change what we are putting inside of our bodies. But why is that so hard to change? I mean, why? I mean, there's numerous factors of what's keeping us in this type of certain vibration, this certain frequency that's keeping us at a dis-ease states. One is the program that we in. The program that's running is a disease-ridden program. We got to change the disease program. We got to change the dis-ease to an ease program. Life should be easy, right? Not dis-ease, not distraction, not dysfunction. Like we got to get rid of the D. Get rid of the dis. Get rid of the not unity. Let's become united within ourselves, within everybody here, within every cell on the planet. It's going to take the entire cell in order for us to upgrade. You know, because we doing it all the time. Look, we got the cell phone here. We on the cell phone all the time. What do we do with this cell phone? It's a cell. Your body is a cell made up a whole bunch of other cells. We got to upgrade our body. We got to upgrade our cell. And this is just a reminder to what I need to be doing. Like, I know I'm not running 100% like I know I should be doing. So this is just a reminder for me to upgrade myself. A reminder for everyone who's watching this video. If you stayed on this long watching it and listening to what I'm saying here, this is a download for you. No, this is a download from my higher self, your higher self. Essentially, it was just one thing and the same. Just, like I said, different perceptions of the wholeness. So I want to send the wholeness and balanced vibrations to everybody. And what I'm getting out of this whole video is, if we turn ourselves on by changing the fuel that we put in our vessel, which is our body, we could go farther. You know, because the world, even though this is like a kind of a negative incantation of the word retarded, what does retarded mean? Retarded mean when you just you stop growing, you stop learning. So let's keep learning, let's keep growing, and let's not become stale as we see the rest of the world. Like, we got to keep thinking, taking things to the next level, using what we have in our hand, which is this cell. We're going to keep upgrading our operating system. Within our body, we have 12, 13 different systems within the body that we don't even know about. Like, how crazy is that we are operating these bodies and don't know? We don't know about it. We don't know where our organs at in our body. We don't know what our glands. We don't know anything about these vessels that we are inhabiting. So if you can learn about these vessels that we are inhabiting, everything changes, because the government to force, government means to govern, control. The mind is the mental. Government control your mind. So if we are allowing these different types of governmental agencies to control our mind, and we see how the way that the world is right now, it's not a conducive place. It's not a conductive place to grow in, right? So let's be our conductor to our vessel, to our body, and keep the train rolling, right? Mind over matter, a little food for thought here. All right? And let's upgrade. I want to send this a wholeness and balanced vibrations if you're receiving this message. And let's continue to make life worth living for, you know, and prepare for the ultimate.
Life was supreme. Bye.
Wholeness, y'all.